Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's just me. I am Dan. I am just Dan for today. And welcome to Tier 5 action here on MRL. I hope to God I've got all the graphics set up correctly. I'll be honest, this was a very last minute thing. I am joined by, not Dan to my left. He will be commentating alongside us today. It is his first time on stream. Please be polite to him. The black square of death does come for us all. We are ready to go. Hey, Jack. We are ready to go for round number 10 of MRL Season 10. It is the final round of the season for Tier number 5. He doesn't have a cam, unfortunately. It's a shame. He really should get one. I've been telling him, but he keeps going, no, maybe later, maybe when I feel like it, maybe when I've got the money for it. So this week we have a lot on the line, and by a lot I mean the battle for the championship and the constructor done. Alfa Romeo have secured it, and dominantly so as well. Jim just raged 161 points, has been on the podium 7 of 9 in this season. Maybe one of the most dominant seasons ever in MRL. Only 2 of the last 3 races, though, have been off the podium. P5, then P2, then P5. Holy macaroni. I'm never going to say that again. It's raining, guys. It's intermediates weather. Rain start, quali, dry race. Oh boy. It's going to be a fun one. Jim is our lobby host for today and is also our championship leader, has won 3 races. But another driver who has won 3 races today, Jake Laser, driving or would be driving an AlphaTauri, is currently not here. And this is huge with implications for... Oh no, he's joining during quali. His computer just offed himself. Okay, he'll be here. He'll be here. And what will happen is that's a battle for P2 in the standings. Currently sitting 101 points despite the 3 wins. He is currently battling an Alpine driver in Bouncy, Moo Bouncy, who is currently sat in P3 with only a single win to his name. Also in that fight, the only other driver that could be competitive is the driver we're going to hopefully cut to now, if I've got this set up correctly. I've seen worse. We've just got a blank square where my friend would be, so you get a little bit more of the F123 copyright. But, yeah, instead we have a driver in, not in the lobby currently, which would be the Mercedes of Toast, who would be battling as well for that position. But Toast seemingly not here right now, and so that gives Bouncy all of the edge star he needs. Has been putting in a lot of practice with the Alpine boys this weekend, as has Benzo, and we'll be interested to see how they do. But the first guy to be setting a lap today will be Nathan, the Haas driver. He's done a fair good job this season as Nathan. He's got good pace and quali. Just been a bit unfortunate in the races so far. I haven't seen most of them, to be fair. The last time I was here for a Tier 5 race, we got to see the chaos at China, where someone's AI decided to just drive into a wall for 5 minutes, which was great quality. It's a great little short. If you haven't seen it already, go check out the MRL YouTube channel. You're already watching it here, so go check out the shorts, and also go check out the Instagram and Twitter for MRL. Instagram is, I think, more active because the person who runs it does a very good job. What shirt am I wearing? I'm wearing a Grizzled Young Veterans Wrestling jersey. It's got the words Fighting Spirit right there. Oh, right under my tits. Yeah, and it's got a lovely logo here. I'll pull it up onto camera for you. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful logo. It is class. It's beautiful. It's really nice form fitting as well. I'm fat, but you know, it makes me look good. And I've got a couple more. You'll see another one. I am commentating later today, by the way. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Hello. There's a Red Bull in the wall. His gun does work. And he's just currently trying to reverse out of the way, but that is an awkward place to bin it. It's definitely going to have compromised Nathan's lap, and maybe a couple of others as well. That's an interesting. That was such a great little cut, wasn't it? He actually invalidated. How do you invalidate there? Either way, back on to Nathan, who will be setting the first representative lap time. He'll have Cobb K to follow him across the line. Oh. God, what a great weekend we're gonna be having today. There's a constructors battle going on. There's a lot of other battles. Haas are looking to try and get in on it, but with only a handful of points for Viper and for Snoop last time out in Tier 6. Jake, I ain't got you, mate. Just ping in Tier 5 chat. See what you can do. I think JT is still in the pits. By the way, boys, whatever you do, don't go out on the soft tyres. Because if you go out on the soft tyres on a wet track, you get DSQ'd. Anyway, Cobb K goes a second and a bit faster. Let's get that sorted out properly. We know what tyres are on there. Where's the bloody thing? There it is. Who's going to be finishing the lap next? Midnight's invalidated. Jim's just started one. Norm just started one. Terms across the line. Someone's put it in the wall. It's Oso. Soso's backwards. Terms goes pole, by the way. Great lap from him, 25.8. But the track is going to be drying out from what I've heard. And from what I've heard is JT. I'm trusting his word. Both him and Bouncy are just waiting for the soft stint. As, is that... Yeah, Jim's finished his lap. Now goes 26.5. Puts him into P2 temporarily. About a hundredth faster. And there's DRS enabled, so we are definitely on a drying track. I wonder now how many people are just going to dive into the box. Here comes Midnight. Had invalidated his lap. Would have been a 130.8, so I assume he's just gone off somewhere. But yeah, if you're on track right now, probably the best idea to box, considering of that DRS notification. Yeah, times are about to tumble like crazy. The thing is, the track's actually just not going to get drier. Unless people are driving on it. Because it is still raining. You can see it on the camera here. Actually... Now that I'm here, I'm not racing today. I can afford to do this, boys. I'm going to give you the full spray. Where are the particles? Let's jam those bad boys all the way up. There you go. Let's get some of that spray going. That's how you know it's wet. There we go. I know you're all happy for it. Let's see what it looks like on board. Look at those tyres. Cooking the spray. Midnight on another flyer. 49.7 in the middle sector. It's about 2/10 off of what Jim and Cobb were going with. But it could all tumble in that final sector. Other people on a lap. Normbash going again. I don't know what happened to the tyres, by the way. Oh, it's because I've set it to best. Nice one. And meanwhile, Nikki and Great Ace have already gone out, and John have gone out on the soft tyres. Very interesting calls from them to go out this early. Round the final corner comes Midnight. Tentative on the throttle. Blasts it now down to the line. It says 27.4. Yeah, it's way too early for softs. Let's watch. You know what? Let's watch. Let's watch the stupidity of a soft runner. Nikki, show us why softs are a bad idea. Can we get a better camera angle, please? Guys, thank you. Honestly, was expecting a Stroll moment there where he just bins it into a wall. It's that sort of weather. It's super dangerous to be on the softs right now. Though, you know what? I think it's dry. There are puddles, sure, I'll give you that. That's dry. Norm goes fastest by 0.02 of a second. Great lap from him. There isn't any spray. Yeah, good call, Henry. It is dry. Right, so now the soft runners are going to be fastest. And you can see, anyone that's come out now is the... Oh, and Nicky's binned it. Right as I said. Oh, I hate how I'm right. I really do. It's dry, but not that dry, is the current weather report from the boys in the garage. That is huge for Alpine. Nicky, one of the two Aston Martin drivers. Aston Martin not scoring a single point in Tier 6. Track is still cold according to Chazzy. Yeah, that's bad timing for the folks. By the way, apologies, Cat. I would have you up. I haven't got it set up there. I haven't got it. So I'm gonna read every single one of your messages out so that it looks like you were on screen because I'm just verbalising it. Meanwhile, Great Ace is about to go pole. What do you think lap times, guys? 23, 22? Quick predictions in chat, quickly. We got about 15 seconds to finish the lap. He is nursing that car. 21-3 from Chazzy. Any other predictions? Go on. You've got about 4 corners to go. Final 2 now. Come on. You didn't see that? It was a 48-0. 26. That's way too slow. What do you want about Jack? 21-3 was also awful, but, you know, it's a 24-5. There you go, Jack. You got it right on the line. Good job. 24-5 from Great Ace, but I assume that time is going to tumble. JT is on a flyer, has binned it. Who else is on a lap? Bouncy is on a lap. No, he's at invalidate orbit. Jesus. What happened there? Trying to get out of the way of the hat. Almost contact. That was Nathan coming through on a flying lap. I wonder if he's had his lap compromised because of that. Meanwhile, also on a lap was or is John does work. And John may be about to go P1. Let's see now. What tier am I? I'm tier 3. I'm pretty slow. 20.5 from John does work. Great lap from him. That puts him currently P1. Pole in tier 6, by the way. 17-7 by Zona. An absolute corker of a lap. I'm not, Jack. Shut up. You're tier 1. That's fair. That's fair, boys. You know what? Chat, you're being polite. Jack, you really do need to shut up. Gamer, thank you. Right. Nathan goes P2 with a 20.8. I wonder if he'll definitely get that sorted out here with the stewards, because that was definitely something that happened there. Coming around Sector 2. Meanwhile, there's a yellow flag up ahead. It's for a stopped Red Bull. That would be John getting out of the way of everyone. Unfortunately, he's at the wrong part of the track because everyone is currently going. Just me bouncing through cars. Meanwhile, Jay Morsian currently not on a lap anymore. It's given to Benzo. One hell of a tow. The co-commentator is not available right now. He'll come back for the race, I assume. He's been quiet all day. I don't know if he's... Are you here, bud? No, he's dead. It's a shame. I thought he was here. He's not. Oh well, we'll have to stick a rest in peace up at some point. Yeah, rest in peace, not Dan. Benzo there, go right on the curb. Coming through the final 3 corners, now onto the back straight. Yellow flags out for John again. He's just getting out of the way of everyone. It's now across the line. Can Benzo put that Alpine on the front row? He can, but only momentarily, because here comes the next car on the line, and it's JT in the Aston. 19-2. Bouncy across the line. 18-9. Puts him in the middle of an Alpine sandwich. And how apropos, it's always these guys together. Angry Shadow on a hot lap as well. 44-9 middle sector. Crosses the line. 17-9. Full second clear at the front. Now across the line comes the other AlphaTauri of terms. Goes 18-8. Great lap from him. Puts him on the front row of the grid as well. Jim goes 19-2 across the line. Great lap from him to put him P5. We know there's time on the board though for all of these drivers. It's definitely dry now, boys. So we're going to have a 1-lap dash at the end, which is going to be mad. Meanwhile, we've got an Alfa Romeo coming around on their lap. Midnight has been on a lap so far. He's been on a lap. I'm not sure if it's a quick one. To the line he comes. In the Alfa Romeo, it's not that quick, but it's enough for P6. 19.5 will suit him just nice. Now across the line comes Jake Laser. Late to the lobby. Battling for P2 in the standings. Will go P2 on track. Now alongside his teammate in terms. Bouncy in P4 as terms with an 18.8. Good lap from him. As across the line comes James Morsian. There goes to P5 with a 19.1. And now the Ferrari across the line of, I believe, Norm Bash, who will finish his flying lap to put him P5 as he splits Bouncy and Jay Morsian. Guys, okay, lads, please. I appreciate the tier 1 talk. It's the wrong stream for that. Wait a bit later. If for the viewers at home, Gamer and Jack are having a straight up argument about if Jack is tier 1 pace or not. For reference, Jack is setting consistent 16.4s and his peak is 16.0. Yeah, wait 6 hours. No, it's wait 4.5. Boys, if you're going to be around in tier 1, Gamer, I know you're going to be talking, right? I know you're going to be driving. I'm doing tier 1 today. I'm commentating it. That's the spoiler for you all. I'm also doing that. So I've got to set up all the graphics in between tier 4 and 2 to see if I can get away with it. Is Norman another flyer? I've not been watching. I've been watching you guys argue in chat. I'm doing tier 1 with Pat the Rock. Punju, it's his birthday today. Wish him a happy birthday in Gen chat. Yeah, Punju's out. It is his birthday. Man deserves a day off. Meanwhile, here comes Zoso. Only man not to set a representative soft time. We'll go P11, 19.7. Not a bad time. There's a little bit of time to gain. We could put him near the front of the field. Meanwhile, only other drivers not to really set a time since the dry track. I'd love to say that, Gamer, but I doubt it'll happen. Considering your pace in tier 1. Anyway, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm not. I am. We'll see what other people can do. I am the lead commentator and also not Dan for today's race. Alright. Chat. We have Great Ace now on a lap. He's not set a representative time. That's fair. I'm not going to repeat that on stream for the sake of bias. But I agree with you. Anyway, 2 minutes to go. Couple of people still in the pits. It is a little late to be leaving it to go out. But some people are now only just coming out, and some people are just starting flying laps. This is really, really awkward timing from some people. Bouncy has only just come out of the pits. We've got 1:45 left. You can't see it behind the caution, but it is about... Oh, it's 1:30. It's even less. So some people are going to be full send pushing on their laps. Meanwhile, Benzo has just started his flying lap. And a couple of others as well. JT, Zoso, and Nathan and Cobb K all on flying laps currently. As here comes Great Ace now. How will he do? How will he finish his lap? He's come around the final corner. He's way off the pace. This has not been a clean lap from him. And he will cross the line. He will not improve at all. He will stay P13 for now. Next guy across the grid, across the line was John. John just starting his flying lap. Next car across the line will be Jane Morsian to start his flying lap. And then we get to the Mercedes of Cobb K, the only one on the grid. Can he improve on his 26.5? I hope to Jesus he can. And he can. P4 currently, 18.9. Great lap from him. Across the line came the Haas there of Nathan. 18.5. Great lap from him to get through. Benzo now. He's lost time in the middle. Massively. So he's going to be going again here, and he may have timed this to perfection, because we have 20 seconds left in the session, and look at the car jam coming through turn 1 right now. There are so many drivers. Nathan's binned it into a wall, and now everyone is on their final flying lap, and they all have each other in front of them. Angry Shadow invalidates turn 1. His lap is over. Zoso to the line. Can he improve? He's pushing fully. It is an improvement. It's 19.1. P9. If he'd gone 2/10s quicker, he's nearly on the third row of the grid. There goes the Ferrari of Great Ace. Crosses the line. Only a 20.7 for him. He's not going to improve anymore. John does work. 18.2. Great lap. Puts him P3. Across the line now comes the McLaren of Jay Morsian. He improves to P7. Now the Mercedes. Cobb K again. Boxes. He will not be finishing another lap. Bouncy is the next one. He's 6/10 up in the middle sector. Rounding the final 3 quarters now. Pushing, but trying to keep it on the track. Behind him, JT Biederman, who's had a bit of a scuff corner there. And JT is a little all over the road. Great final corners from Bouncy. To the line. Puts in P2. Within a second and a half. JT about half a tenth down. Norm goes half a tenth up. Great laps from all 3 of them. Within a tenth of each other. Jim goes P6. Across the line comes Jake, P5. And there was an improvement there at the very end. The last car across the line. I didn't see who it was, but they went P3, I think. What a qualifying session from all of the lads. It was Terms who puts it P2. But Angry Shadow, with his first lap on the dries in qualifying, will put it P1. He will be on pole alongside Terms in the Alpha Tari. Normbash P3 alongside Bouncy, JT P5, Jake P6, and it's a matter of hundreds between 2/10 between P1 and P5 is a phenomenal quality session here in Tier 5. John P7, Jim 8th, Nathan 9th, Benzo P10, Cop K 11th, Jay Morsian P12, Midnight P13, and Zoso P14, Great Ace P15. On those soft tyres, did not hook up a clean lap. Nicky G went for one soft run right at the crossover and binned it into a wall. Will start from the back of the grid. Not a great look for him, but he will have all of the tyres available for qualifying now, or for the race now. And we know it is a dry race. It is a completely dry race. So quali pace in the wet obviously meant nothing. So now we'll have to see what is going to happen come the start of the race, because anyone could be on any tyre. Chat, talk to me as I take a swig from my bottle of Dr. Pepper. Talk to me. What on earth is going to happen at turn 1, turn 3? Because there's going to be chaos all the way up the straight. I predict murder. I don't know who dies, but someone dies. Going to be a clean turn 1. Jack. Alpine 1-2 from Gamer. Mediums to hard. You know what? We can have a quick look at the tyres. And I see a soft P2. I see a soft P7. I see a soft P10. A soft P13. And 15 and 16. But you know what I also see? I see 5 red lights. And I see that we are underway at the Australian Grand Prix. I will now flick up everything immediately to make sure we don't lose anything. And it's a great start from Terms, who's already leading into turn 1. Great job from him as round goes the Ferrari and Bouncy. Big spin at the back of the field. JT's gone round. And 2 of the top drivers in the championship have lost position straight away. Benzo's had a moment. He's in the wall. Virtual safety car. Front wing is completely gone from both him and from Cobb K. And I wonder if there was an incident between the 2. Huge start for AlphaTauri though. P1, P3. Great start for Jake as well. The man who is ever consistent in this tier. 3 race wins to his name. As many as our championship winner in Jim, who by the way is in P5. We should bring him up. He's had the most amazing of seasons this season, but has been quiet about it. Has never really... I have no idea who killed Norm. I think Norm was spinning and Bouncy got collected. It's a bit of a mishmash at the back. We're not sure which way it went. But 3 of the drivers in that top 5 are around. Like, I'm sorry, mate. I think it might have been Norm's fault. Anyway, VSC may be ending now. We'll have to see. Back at the front of the field. Let's go back to Terms. We are still under VSC conditions. And he's just trying to build that delta. You can see how he's driving. He's got the throttle down now. I think the delta's about to go off. And look at how close Angry Shadow is to his rear end. Oh, Angry, what are you doing? Oh, what was that? Alpine and Aston Martin, by the way, neither of them in the points. And that's a great launch. Angry's got a great launch off the VSC. Round the outside into turn 1. Can he get the job done? No. Great job from Terms to shut the door. Now goes for the switchback. Doesn't get it. There's a little bit of contact. And wide goes Angry Shadow, who gets a 3-second for going off track. That will probably be removed if there was contact. As meanwhile, in the pits, Aston Martin, Alpine and Mercedes. As Bouncy stays out, he is at the back of the field though. He needs to do some miracles to get through. Meanwhile, Nicky G battling Zoso currently for the final point from Aston Martin. Can they get a point here from Nicky G? Can he get past up Williams? We saw how good defensive driving we could see in Tier 6, but there's none this time from Zoso. Great move from Nicky as he pulls through into P10. Meanwhile, up the field, a couple of drivers just sort of wiggling around. Angry, definitely that right now behind Terms. Wanted to get the jump off the line, couldn't do so. By the way, these are the tyre compounds you're looking at. Terms on the soft, so is John in P4. Midnight Grade Ace and Nicky also on softs. Cobb K pit for soft tyres as you see the fastest lap start falling as Nicky G's already made another move. Got past Grade Ace, who qualified at the back of the field. A great move from him to put him up to P9. He got a glitch multiple warning. Fair enough. That'll definitely be removed then. Thanks for the update, Border. In chat, if you do have any information regarding the race, regarding any driver in the race actually, drop it in chat so we can promote it and put it into the stream so everyone around can know as well. Meanwhile, Terms is currently battling for that P1. Looking to try and bring home a lot of points for AlphaTauri here. The fellow Alpha team have ended up in P1 and the constructors locked down no matter what. But AlphaTauri are pretty close behind. For that battle for P2 as well, Jake Laser currently doing everything in his power to hold on to P3 as John does work on those soft tyres, is close behind. The gap over a second now between them and Jim, who's under pressure from Nathan, the Haas driver, who we know has pace in that car and has been there or thereabouts in every race so far this season. Yeah, EA is dark. Oh, yellow flag! There's Jake in the wall! Jake is out! He's been going into the main straight. And that is huge for the title fight. Bouncy drives past the man he is battling for position in the standings. And it's race over for Jake Laser in an instant. That is huge. Safety car is out. And now will be an interesting time to see what people do. The guys at the back of the field will stay out. They'll just try and gain time here with the safety car. Smart thing to do. Ooh, that's thrown a spanner in the works. Here today, Aston Martin are probably going to be relatively chuffed with that as well. In fact, a lot of the drivers are going to be relatively chuffed with that. Notably, Jim Just Rage, who now moves closer to that P1 again. And he does this every race. We saw it at the start of the season. He just quietly lurks his way to the front and then stays there at the end. Very talented drivers all throughout Tier 5, but all it takes is one mistake and that is your race over. Horrible situation. A quick rundown of the guys on the track. Of course, angry with that 3-second time penalty. But you look now at where people have gone. Midnight up 7 off the line, was P13 on the grid. Done a great job to recover. Nicky was dead last and will now be up to P5 as everyone boxes, including our race leader Terms, who boxes onto a set of mediums. Was on the softs, is going to go medium to the end by the looks of it. Maybe a smart play, maybe not. We'll see as the race unfolds. Medium seems to be the best tyre to be on though. Meanwhile, John, has stayed out. In fact, so has Nicky and Gredos, and I'm not sure I agree with that on the soft tyres. 4-lap old softs. They have had a VSC lap, and they are going to have 2 safety car laps, but these are still going to be, what, 6-lap, 7-lap old softs by the end of this safety car. they're still going to be slow. As JT also boxes. And he's going on to a new set of mediums. No, sorry, he's going on to his original set of mediums from lap 1. He started on a set of mediums, he's gone back to the original set. Maybe a smart play there. You've got that set spare, you can go back to it. But meanwhile, at the front of the field, Angry Shadow, despite everything that happened, had that great attempt at coming around the outside twice on terms. Didn't get either move done. Got a 3-second for it. Going off track at turn 4. But it's now leading the race from John Does Work in the Red Bull. The Soul Red Bull on track. Alongside the Soul... Oh, one of the Soul Alfa Romeos in the points currently. Jim Just Raged. P3. He's going... what did I say? What did I say? No, don't clip that. Don't. I don't want that on the TikTok. He didn't do anything around there. He went hard. Oh, he went harder on the outside. Chazzy specifically. I hate you. You know, you say some things in the heat of the moment, and they sound great in your head. It's just getting that idea out. And you say something, and it doesn't sound quite right in reality. Either way, safety car period, it will be ending at the end of this lap. JT taking his sweet time to get up to the pack, but will do so very shortly. The interesting thing to note is the different safety car restarts we've seen so far this weekend. We saw a safety car restart from Zona, where he would wait specifically until the first half of the chicane at the end of the lap, and then push. And then we saw as well the Snoop Francis approach, where he would wait until past the DRS line to go. The DRS on the main straight, by the way, so he would wait the entire chicane before going. Both seemed effective. Snoop's method definitely backed the pack up more and definitely left a lot more people, you know, like pushed out and slow off the restart. But Zonas was able to get the bigger gap, so it'll be interesting to see if which strategy Angry Shadow is going to employ, and it looks like he will be going for the regular out of the final corner push, which is the start we haven't seen yet. No, he is waiting, and now he is gone, and it has not worked. He has instead just led the pack off regularly. No one has had a bad restart there, and he has not pulled away at the front, as we are now racing once again here in Australia. John chasing him down, but he's under pressure now from Jim Just Raged, who is battling to try and get past, DRS enabled, but can't make the move into turn 3. Behind him, Nathan and Nicky go wheel to wheel momentarily. Grade Ace P6, Zoso 7th, Bouncy back in P8, trying to make his way through, battling for, he needs to get at least 10 points, 11 actually, sorry, so that's P5 with fastest lap to secure that position in P2 in the standings. Meanwhile, Normbash P9, the Ferrari, ahead of Terms, the former race leader in the AlphaTauri. Meanwhile, I'm sorry, I just saw Great S try and go round the outside of Nicky G into the chicane. He's not had a great run either. Oh, and Nicky's all over the road, and Nicky's gone round. Nicky has lost it completely on the exit of the corner, but has done an amazing job to save it and not collect anyone else. Yellow flag's also in Sector 3. That is for him, as Jay Morsian gets back past JT. JT down at P12. And he's been shuffled down the order. Oh, and he's had a moment there as Cobb behind him. Now under pressure from Benzo, who's on those hard tyres. Benzo tucking in, trying to avoid getting grass on the tyres. Might look into turn 1. No. You can see him lifting as Jake leaves the session. You've got to feel bad for Jake. He's just not had the luck go his way. But Aston Martin in all sorts of shambles as in comes Nicky. Those softs were not lasting. As Terms... Oh, Terms is off again! Terms is off now. And I wonder if that's contact that's put him in the wall. Either way, no safety car once again. Just a stopped car on track, but that has left a huge gap. Bouncy's up to P6. He's got a huge gap between him and Normbach now. If anyone has any idea why that just happened, please post it in the chat. Jake, if you're here, that'd be lovely. Either way, oh, Bouncy almost loses it now. He's chasing down Zoso. He's got a great run. Yellow flag's behind, though. Off goes Normbach. Oh! Nicky's retired. By the way, binned in a turn 5. Unrelated, the championship leader's out. The championship leader in the wall at the exit, at the end of the DRS straight. This is so. Then Angry Shadow gets a 5 second for speeding. I didn't watch the F1 race today. It was too early. I missed it. But I'm very happy Verstappen lost. Speaking of Verstappen, Verstappen has retired once again at the Australian Grand Prix. Jim is out of the race. Nicky's out of the race. Jake is out of the race. I didn't watch it back. I haven't had a chance to, mate. I've been busy trying to sort out the streams for today. I would have just put out Great Ace is currently leading the race on 8-lap-old softs, and everyone else behind him is currently on better tyres that are going to go longer. I haven't had the... oh, what a race. But 9 laps in, boys. Oh, an entertaining end to the season, to be sure. I didn't hear about the George crash. We'll get to that another time. We'll do... Actually, you know what? We're under safety car. We might as well talk about it. Let's go. So, what happened with George today, then? Because I saw that Fernando got a 20. George's special look worse than it is. Okay, that's fair. Hi, Dutch, by the way. Pleasure to see you, mate. Last lap. Okay. Oh, did the car flip? That's not a good sign when the tyre goes under the car. Yeah, Dutch, what happened with you today, bud? Why are we not here? Why are we not racing in the most chaotic Grand Prix where 3 of the potential race winners are out? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You do have a race ban. I should have kept up with that, sorry. Who else was a race ban in Tier 5? Are there more? There more he is. I got pinged, by the way. You would have... Yeah, to be fair, considering the quality of the racing so far, as long as you qualified well, you'd have been fine. Oh, you might be going up. Lovely. I won't be commentating Tier 4. I know you probably want to see more of my face, chat, but you're not going to get it. Instead, you're going to have to watch more good gameplay. And speaking of gameplay, we do have... oh, D-Master is out for today. I forgot about that, yeah. He's back for Tier 2, though. He'll be doing commentary for that. We'll see, Jack. Punju wants that spot more often than not, so... You know, he's got... Like, at the end of the day, everyone's got their pairings that work really well for them. I work really well as a solo, turns out. I just get that banter going. Just roast. No, it wouldn't be a massive step up. Don't diss Punju like that, no. Punju and whoever he gets in the booth with him are phenomenal commentators. Because, at the end of the day... Yeah... Punju is godly, mate. He's godly. And I speak as a guy that's done, like, professional paid gigs. Punju's up there. Very much so. As one of the guys I've actually commentated Tier 1 with him. He's legitimately top tier. And a lot of the guys that actually do commentary, MRK is phenomenal. But, you know, it not being his native language does definitely hurt. If it was in French, I guarantee you, whew, Either way, what we do have is a restart with a man on 9 lap, soon to be 10 lap, old soft tyres leading the way. Enough discourse about the commentary. It's about to be discourse about maybe the greatest trolley train we have seen in F1 history. Benzo did not box, is on old hards. He's at the back of the train as Morsian just somehow got a penalty under safety car for cutting the corner. How have you managed that? That is ridiculous. And the McLaren boys holding their heads in their hands. Anyway, we're going again. He's binned it into the wall. He's still leading the pack. The greatest restart of all time. Great Ace has nailed that. Oh, it's phenomenal. Oh, yeah. Give MRK a French stream. Let no assist be in French. That'd be lovely. JT, by the way, up to P2. Great move around the outside of Midnight. Now Midnight's under pressure from JMO. Meanwhile, Bouncy's got the move done on Zoso already. Oh, Zoso's gone deep. And he's cut the corner to try and avoid contact. Fair play to him to avoid the contact there. As meanwhile, through goes Terms, who spun it himself. He's now pulled himself back up to P11. And Cobb K is all over the road on those medium tyres. That setup not working well for them. As now, through goes Terms again. Past Zoso this time. And up to P10. But now he's under pressure coming down the straight. Meanwhile at the front, Benzo, overtaken by Angry Shadow, the former race leader who led us away off the last safety car restart, now has a 5-second time penalty, and his teammate is the car in front as Nathan is dead. Nathan has binned it, and that is a 3rd safety car. 4th total, if you include the virtual at the start of the race. And Nathan is now out of the race, and that is another driver who could arguably be winning this one. Ow. Already. And I would not... I am stunned. What is he doing? How is he still going? Does he think he has a different set of tyres on? Boys. Please. I'm not imagining this. This is real. That says 11. And that says S. Right. I'm not blind. That says S. I hope to God he gets a podium. I would love it. I would love it. I can't see him going another lap. Hike, what have you done to him? He's not on hards. That's red. And that's probably what his tyre looks like right now. All red. 100%. Hey, double show. Just... Okay. It's definitely softs. Meanwhile, Angry Shadow, 8 seconds of penalties. Jay Borsian 3. Only the McLarens have penalties, by the way. Both of them have a corner-cutting penalty. Angry got his for an illegal move around the outside that went wrong at turn 4. Just a little bit of contact. Here's the thing. Norm's not done anything wrong. He's just holding up JT, who's he's done 3 stops already. Right, VSC on lap what? You know what? What we can do is we can look at the actual total lap time of the guy who's in first. 1, 2, 3. Probably 2 half laps. So let's go 4. Let's go 4 full laps of racing. He's still done 10 laps on those tyres, though. That's ridiculous. He's up from P15. He started at the back of the field, by the way. He was slowest on pure pace. He is now currently leading the... Oh, he's boxed. Oh, the miracle. He's gone the mediums. He's going to the end. What a lad. Oh, my God. I've never been more excited to watch a drive through the field. I hope to God he gets one. Great Ace, I am rooting for you, my friend. I don't care if there's not meant to be biased. This is it'll be the fairy tale story of the century. If he manages to pull something off here. Right. Lap 13. It's a McLaren 1-2, Alpine 3-5. And Aston Martin's JT is the only one still going. And that is not good news. if you are Aston Martin in the Constructors' battle right now. Because looking at the points tallies, Alpine will take the lead of the overall Constructors' standings. They were trailing by, I think, 6 coming into this race. Great Ace is operating on a different plane than everyone else. Don't worry about it. Honestly, Dutch, that would be up there. That would be maybe my favourite fairy tale story of all time. But I have full faith in you to pull it off. Genuinely. There will be chaos in Tier 4 today because of the title still being on the line and the Constructors still being on the line. It's going to be mental, I tell you now. But what I can say is going to be mental is this restart, because Angry Shadow will lead us away one more time. There is a chance we could get either one more safety car or one more VSC. But that would be it to the end of the race, which means we're almost halfway through the race and we're almost fully clean to the end, which would be lovely, except that's not going to happen. Just knowing how this tier has gone so far today and how it's gone previously. Let's see if there are any team strategy though, because Angry Shadow is going to lead us away. Jay Morsian will follow him as they come out of the final corner. Full throttle now from Angry, and he has pulled a gap immediately on his teammate to no one's surprise, and Benzo is caught up behind on those 12 lap old hards. Can he find a way through? As now we cut through turn 1, turn 2 and head up the second straight. John does work under pressure. Bouncy squeeze to the outside against the wall, but he's gone right round the outside. And the man who needs a high position, and Benzo gives it him. Immediately gives him the podium. Great job from Alpine to do the switcheroo. Clean as a whistle. I'm getting bangs from upstairs. I'm too loud. I've got to turn the volume down. Either that or it's my phone buzzing. I can't tell. Terms gets a 3 second. Not good for him. JT, by the way, already up to P7. I've missed those 2 moves, but he's got Midnight and Zoso. Very well done from him. As Benzo now holding up the pack behind. Trying to defend Bouncy's advantage. Who has those fresher hards. Will be going to the end of the race. And now needs to find a way past JMO. Look at the pace advantage he has down the straight as well. Tucked in to that toe. He's all over the rear of the McLaren. Meanwhile, back down the order. Great Ace is in the points, boys. He's got Zoso. He is into P10. He's got Norm in front. And honestly, it might be time for Ferrari to go to swap. Because that might be the strategy call of the century. To send Great Ace on a voyage up the field. Let's see if Norm will let him through. Norm's pulling to the inside. No, it's just a racing line. Zoso gets a 3 second behind, so that is basically locked down the P10 currently for Great Ace, who we know is going to the end on those tyres. Meanwhile at the front, Bouncy! Ooh, thought about the move into 3, couldn't get it done. Now lining up the move out of 4, so risky place to go for it. Coming through here, you've got to be so careful through this corner to not lose the rear. And JMO's almost lost it. Here comes Bouncy, no, backs out of it, coming through 6 and 7. Now the run, down the straight. DRS not enabled yet. We're a lap away, but the gap's opened up in front, and Bouncy needs to get it done. And he has got it done. Up to P2 for Alpine Blue, and McLaren are struggling down the order now. Can JMO hang on to this position? Older hard tyres. Seems to have been holding up the pack. But now could maybe go for a re-overtake. He's got the ERS to burn. Meanwhile, Terms, has been contacted as crashes around. There's John's around. JT's gone back around. JT's out of the points. VSC deployed, and that's it for the rest of the race now. Angry Shadow boxes from the lead under VSC. Bouncy boxes as well. JMO stays out. As does Terms, as does Midnight and Normbash. In comes Benzo. I think he's missing a bit of his front wing, you know. And he is. Front wing damage, though, wasn't very visible on the car. And I wonder if that was caused by the contact between him and Terms. Was it Terms? I can't remember. It was someone who sent it up his inside. Meanwhile, DRS has been enabled. We are green racing again. And somehow Midnight is back on the podium here. And has a very good chance of pulling it off. Bouncy now back down the order. 6 seconds removed from JT. And needs to find another few positions to get that P2. Meanwhile, at the further field, JMO leads. He is going, hope in his mind, to the end of the race. Ferrari might be cooking here. They are P4, P5. This is a legit chance here for them. Because Norm is going to the end. Great Ace is going to the end. And they have on-track position. As long as they keep in DRS of each other, this could be the play here. Ferrari could hang on to a very good points haul, which would be huge for them this weekend. To the heartache that we see Normbach have with retirements galore. It would be such a good moment. Here comes Great Ace, by the way. Closing up to his teammate. Yellow flag sector 1. Yellow flag sector 1! Terms is round! Midnight's round! Ferrari up to P2, P3, but illegal overtakes potentially. Here comes Cobb. Yellow flag still down the straight, but not at the braking point. Angry Shadow is P9. Terms is down at P7. He's got Bouncy right behind him now. Oh my lord. Midnight battling Cobb. JT's up to P5. How's he recovered that so well? Beautifully done from him to get to P5 right now for Aston Martin, who need all the points they can get out of him. And he is going to the end. He's got Cobb in front, then the two Ferraris, and then JMO. Meanwhile, Bouncy now, closing up to Terms. You see this battle coming from a mile away. And Terms is struggling. And I think he might have front wing damage because through goes Bouncy, clean as a whistle. And there was barely a fight there from Terms on the exit of the corner. And through goes Bouncy, who is chasing down that P2 in the overall standings. For tier 5, sorry. Meanwhile at the front, into the pits comes someone. Is it Terms? Yeah, Terms is boxing. I think he's got front wing damage. Poor man. What that does is it will promote Benzo back into the points, but I wonder if he has damage as well. Oh no, he had it repaired. That's why he's so far back. My apologies. Meanwhile, back in front, Great Ace has swapped positions with Normbach, and you will not believe your eyes if I told you Jay Morsian is under pressure from a Ferrari. Boys, Ferrari could be on for a win. Miracles could occur. The man on pure pace qualified P15, but on pure pace is currently battling for the lead of the race. Burns his DRS. He's in the DRS. And he is gaining every single corner. And JMO's also got none left. JMO's trying to get away, but he hasn't. And now Norm defending from JT. Under braking. JT too far back, but has got better traction on those fresher hard tyres. And we know JT has the pace here at the front. He's got past Cobb K this up and now goes around the outside of Norm, turns into him a little bit, but gets the move done clean as a whistle. And that is job done. Speaking of job done, Ferrari lead the race in Tier 5. Into the lead goes Great Ace. Angry Shadow with the fastest lap. He's P8 currently. Chasing down Bouncy now. Who's chasing down Midnight. And this pack at the front. There's only 2.2 between them. 11 to go. In the Australia Grand Prix. And whilst the back of the field is a little bit fractured and a little bit torn apart, we are about to have an 8-car battle for the lead of the race. Meanwhile, JT's got Jay Morsian. Jay Morsian's made a mistake. Jay Morsian's made a huge mistake. And now he's under pressure from Cobb. Cobb's got him. Here comes Midnight. Oh, Midnight's gone for a double move. He's got it. Double move from Midnight. It's got both Cobb and JMO. Great overtake. I said I got to keep it down. I've then got louder. Norm's got a 3-second. Horrible scenes for Ferrari now as he tumbles down the order. Here goes Midnight. What a lap he's having. Up to P3. He's on the podium. Cobb's tyres have gone off. He's now slipped out of the DRS completely. The car's in front, just about hanging on. Angry Shadow is right behind him, pushing him through the corner. So much faster is the McLaren. But he has to be patient, so does Bouncy. You can't make the move rashly. You have to play it safe. Here goes Angry. Up the inside. Shadow gets the job done, but he does go a bit deep in its one. Might have got a bit of a warning there. Now the run down to 3. Bouncy goes up the inside. Has to be mindful of his braking. Does a great job not to drive into the side of Angry Shadow, and both drivers make the move cleanly. Meanwhile, the gaps have opened up in the front, and whilst JT has gotten past Midnight, the gap is 2.4. Angry Shadow gets past Jay Morsian, who's now holding up Bouncy. And there's the Ferrari, or sorry, the McLaren strategy call in play. J-Mo maybe looking to try and get back past it. Angry doesn't have the DRS on the car in front in Normbash, and therefore, oh, look at that, Bouncy's right up the rear. I missed that completely. Squeezed a little on the grass, not alongside. Great defensive driving there from J-Mo. But he's slow on corner exits. Those 15 lap hold hards giving out in the corners. Bouncy's got to make those mediums work. He has to be patient with it. He's got the run now. J-Mo burning to try and defend. Bouncy squeezes him. No, little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but clean as you like. Cobb K now behind. Battling for position. Meanwhile, back at the front. Almost missed this. JT. I'll say Angry battling. Oh, contact. Huge contact. J-Mo's missed the corner completely. He's got it to the side of Cobb K. And he's just parked it there. Now pulls out and drives away again. And J-Mo's race goes from bad to worse. The McLaren driver without a front wing entirely now. And Benzo's got to be careful not to drive into the side of him. Meanwhile, this battle for P4! It's for a podium place! Both Norm and Angry have penalties. 3! No, you don't do 3 wide! But they have 3 wide going down the straight. Midnight loses out momentarily. Somehow, Normbash has kept the car there. Great driving from all 3 to not cause a collision there. Beautifully done. Meanwhile, Bouncy's now used that slowness of the pack to catch up. He's on for a podium as well here, alongside Angry Shadow, because Angry has that 3-second time penalty that he has to serve at this point. Where is the penalties? It's the wrong one. There it is. So here are the gaps to the leader. Dredace, by the way, is just leading. He's just leading the race. John, by the way, Jay Morsian now boxes. I wonder if he'll retire from the race. He's completely out of the running. Meanwhile, Bouncy and Midnight, wheel to wheel, battling for P5 here. Bouncy round the outside of 5. Oh, the bravery for these T5 boys. They're still wheel to wheel. There's a little bit of contact, but it's clean as you like from for Bouncy to hang on there. How has he done that? But here comes Midnight now. Midnight's got DRS. Alfa Romeo are saying no to Alpine's dreams. Midnight back through, clean around the outside. Will have DRS again because it's double detection. Bouncy is so much quicker on those tyres though. And it just won't matter. He'll have to go for a dive bomb, but you can't risk that when you've got a championship to fight for. Oh, he's up the inside now though. No. Backs out, waits to the DRS. Plays it smart this time. Patient from Bouncy. Now just has to get a good exit off the corner. Has done. A little bit wobbly, but it's quick enough still. To the outside. Defends Midnight. To the inside. Potentially goes Bouncy. No. Backs out of it. Doesn't go for it here. Goes for the run out of 2. On the way up the hill to 3. Shaky all over the road, but he has to go for it. He's too far back. Midnight defending like a lion right now to keep the Alpine behind. Oh, but he's gone deep into 4. This time, round the outside of 5 again. Oh, they've contact. And they're both around. Oh! And the Mercedes has gone into the back of him. Oh my god! 5-second penalty for Bouncy. Cobb K is out of the race. Benzo's up to P7 somehow. What a race! Meanwhile at the front, a Ferrari still leads. Zoso's up to P5. After being on the cusp of points the entire race, is now on for a P5. What a smooth drive from him. No! Zoso! No! Not like this! Not like this! Zoso, no! Zoso he was P5! Good lord! Oh! Meanwhile, Benzo lapping faster than Bouncy. I wonder if Bouncy has some rear wing damage, because that was a shunt to his rear end. Might have some rear downforce damage. Benzo is going to get the position no matter what because of that 5 seconds. Meanwhile, the gap at the front, JT has been making 0 inroads on Great Ace. Oh my god. Front wing and side pod. Alright, well there we go. How's he a side pod? Oh, probably from the contact with Midnight. Position swap happens. And Benzo does pull ahead of Bouncy, who just needs to nurse that car home now. So disappointing for Alpine. And that also means that Jake will take P2 in the standings. If my calculations are correct, he will take P2 on 101 points. Jim, who also didn't finish this race, is still champion on 161, which is a ridiculous points total. And Bouncy, no matter where he finishes, will not be enough. Meanwhile, Great Ace now has started falling back. And the race is not over yet. The Miracle Kid is going to have to defend 5 to go. And Ferrari's lead at the front of the pack is dwindling. Great Ace is falling further and further into the grasp of JT. This is ridiculous, man. What the... I'm not allowed to swear. I shouldn't swear. I want to swear. This is absolutely ridiculous. Angry Shadow, by the way, who has that 3-second time penalty that could still be removed, depending on how many warnings he has at the end of the race, is also in the fight. And he's driving as if he doesn't have that penalty. He also has the fresher tyres. 3-lap fresher than Great Ace, 4-lap fresher than JT, and they're the softer compound. DRS is here for Angry Shadow, and JT has had an awful final corner. Engine running on pure vibes is the Ferrari. Oh, and JT's made a huge mistake. Big wobble, and that allows Angry Shadow through. And honestly, that could be the best news the Great Ace has heard all day. Because now he can afford to lose first and then just sit in the DRS of Angry. This could work out wonderfully. Meanwhile, if you're wondering where everyone else is on track, JT gets a 3-second. JT's on 6. No, JT's on 3, sorry. Great Ace has got it. Currently on track. Great Ace is going to hang on to it. Based on that, because JT got a 3. And JT cuts that corner again. Back to the intervals. Boys, the twists, they keep on coming. M. Night Shyamalan has nothing on tier 5 right now. This is ridiculous. Meanwhile, Bamsey is keeping pace with Benzo. Credit to him. Even with the damage. Oh, there's a 3-second for his troubles. Just what he needed. Midnight gets one at the same corner. He's now challenging John. He's got dirt all over his tyres. So you can tell he's gone off track. He's under pressure from Terms, the last remaining AlphaTauri in this race. Better script than Saving Private Ryan. It's ridiculous. Back at the front, though, they are now on his tail. 3 to go. And a Ferrari leads a McLaren. Oh my God, Gredos, don't bin it now, please. Please don't bin it now. That was a ridiculous save. Angry Shadow, who led 2 safety car restarts today, has at the front of the field the entire race. Gredos has to not weave on the straight here. Oh, he's pressuring him into the wall. Almost kills him. Oh my God, Gredos. Fighting for his life for the position. JT is up the rear as well. 3 cars separated by half a second. Red, orange and green. He's not letting anyone go. Here comes JT. Up the inside. He gets the move, but only on the McLaren. And it's giving room to Great Ace. He's getting room to breathe. But immediately, Angry snuffs it out. Closes the gap. Oh, buddy, here we go. Out of the final corner they come. Oh, there's almost contact. JT's ahead already. But the gap is 8 tenths. So that's safety. That's a cushion for the Ferrari. As long as they take turn 2 safely. Which they do. They've got the cushion. Burns the ERS anyway, because why would you need it? Oh, 2 to go. JT has 3 seconds. Angry might still get it removed. That's the key part of all of this. Meanwhile, Benzo too far back to get that catch up to the back of Norm, who also has 3. It's 12 seconds to gap. The lap times are just about equal. Meanwhile, Bouncy, at the current rate, will actually end up in P9, which will only be 2 points. Meanwhile, here comes JT. Up the inside, into the breaking point of the chicane. Oh, no, there's contact! No! No! Are you kidding me? 2 to go, and he sent it up the inside into the second part of the chicane. And there was contact. And JT is going to win this motor race. Meanwhile, Normbash is going to get a podium at this rate. Both drivers are going to have to pit. Both Great Ace and Shadow need to pit. They have no front wing, but they're going to stick it out. Great Ace is going to get a podium. No, he boxed. Why did he box? No. Oh, no. Calls for a penalty in the chat. Meanwhile, Benzo Slice is going to inherit P4 at this rate. And depending on how slow Angry Shadow is, he might get P3 here. Alpine need to tell him to push. Meanwhile, Great Ace, currently P9 on track, will actually inherit P8, maybe even P7, depending on how Bouncy does on this final lap. The gap is growing. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, in maybe the most dubious circumstances I've ever seen in a race, JTB dripping. Will inherit a win here in Australia. John, by the way, has got through on Bouncy. Bouncy's actually let Terms through as well. So here comes Terms. Terms has a chance to battle for position here. J-Mo, by the way, a 3-second time penalty. His race is done. Great Ace up to P8. He will inherit P7 in the end. Off of Bouncy. But JT will win the Australian Grand Prix. Normbash will take P2. A great drive from him. And hanging on in there with a broken front wing. Angry Shadow will just about keep Benzo at bay. 1.3 the gap on penalties in the end. As meanwhile, has there been an incident ahead because somehow Terms has dropped off massively. And Bouncy will take P7 in the end, away from Midnight. Great Ace will get back to P6. Oh. What a race! What a race! I wouldn't call him driver of the day, but he definitely won the race. JTB Drippin is your Tier 5 race winner for the moment. Normbash finally gets a podium to his name. That's the story of the season. Normbash, who only has 26 points, has been just unfortunate all season long. Finally gets on the podium. And in the end, it will be Angry Shadow who hangs on to a P3. I have no idea which JT is JT. Is it JT? JB? Is it just JT in the server? I can't even tell. What a weekend, boys. Alright. Those are your final standings in the end. Angry Shadow does get the fastest lap as well, so 16 points for him for McLaren. Aston Martin will score enough points to keep Alpine behind and extend the lead in the total constructors battle to 13 points again, heading... Oh, sorry, wait. 15 points heading into the next round in Tier 4, where Alpine are fighting for a Drivers' Championship with Lakota. You couldn't write it, ladies and gentlemen. You really couldn't. Right, let's get back onto a right screen. Let's get back up to this so you can see myself joined by Not Dan in the booth for the moment. It's 13. I can't count, mate. I really can't. Right, let's get the podium sitters in for an interview, shall we? Let's try and get them in. I am forgetting who ended up on the podium. But what a race, man. Tier 5 never disappoints. Anytime you watch it, there's always something. It's ridiculous. Every single time. Right. You know what we should do, ladies and gentlemen? You know what we should do today? We should get some people in the VC. We should get some people. I have to fix so many things. You have no idea. There are so many stream issues happening right now. There's the reason I keep looking at the second monitor. Let's get an interview going, shall we? Who do I even start with? Normbash is not going to be available for an interview, so we won't get him. But what we can do is we can get today's race winner in the VC. We'll pull him up real quick. So I have your picture, I think. I'll be honest with you, I'm not very good at this whole streaming thing. But that's the wrong one. That's also the wrong one. There we go. Hello, JT. Congratulations on your race win.
Yeah, I was a bit bad at the end, but on my POV, I don't know if it was his fault or mine, but
well, it does happen, mate. Racing incidents do occur, but up until that point, you had a very up and down sort of race. Couple of mistakes, couple of incidents occurring throughout the track, but to be in that position at the end, what was going through your mind on that last 3 laps, battling with both Angry and with Great Ace for the win?
well, I didn't know if it was gonna be if Angry Shadow's penalty was gonna get removed or not, so I knew I had to get past him, and then so I got past him, and then I decided to make the move on Angry Shadow to see if I could try to pull 3 seconds on the last lap, but I think we all know how it ended.
Yeah. Regardless of that, though, a great race from you across the board for Aston Martin. A lot of question marks coming from the Alpine team coming into this one because of the fact that you've been vocal in the chat today about supporting Aston Martin, saying that you've got a good chance. You gave them a huge hope going into Tier 4 and the rest of the season now, and the rest of the tiers for the final round. You've extended the gap back to 13 points at the front single-handedly. At least for the moment.
I think, I think our higher tiers are a lot better than our lower tiers, so I think we can pull a lot of points out on them.
All right, well, thank you very much. Congratulations again on what I think will end up being a race win. But if you have any other final words going into the next season, of course, now we're done. We're not going to see you next week. What would you like to say to your future self if you end up on the podium again?
If I'm Tier 5, I'm winning the championship next season.
Oh, all right. Well, there we go. We have fighting words. Thank you very much, JT. We'll see you hopefully next season in whatever tier you end up getting put into.
Have a good day.
All right. Right, that was JTB Drippin. Ended up in P2, but we do have one more interview going before we are done for the day, and that interview comes from none other than the man who managed to nurse home a lack of a front wing. And I don't know how he did it, but he manages to pull off a P3. It's Angry Shadow. Angry. What?
Hello.
What an end to the race, first and foremost, for you. Unfortunate. But
I want to cry.
Right, talk us through. I want to go through two things with you. First of all, your thought process on that final lap. You stayed out, whereas Great Ace Pit. Great Ace ends up in P6. You end up in P3. Do you think that was the right call in the end, in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, I mean, I had a huge. Sorry, I'm not English, so I'm not like.
Take your time and try not to swear.
But I had a huge gap from the guys behind, and I was like, okay, it's just half a win. I can end the race with it. It was very complicated to do it, but I did it.
Yeah.
And after all, yeah, it was a P3, but I have 15 seconds post race, so it won't be a P3 anymore.
Well, on track at least, it was a phenomenal drive from you. Also, I want to bring up the lap 2 incident with you. You got such a good launch off of the safety car, off the VSC restart. Almost had the move done on terms, and then you go off track and get, I believe, a double warning is what I was told in chat by Border. That gave you the 3 seconds. Did you get another warning throughout the race? And if so, is that going to be removed, do you think?
Look, I had that was the first one in lap 2. It was he pushed me off a little bit of the track, so it was an instantly 3 seconds. It was instant. Like I went out of the track and it was instant. I was like, okay, it will get removed.
Okay.
And then when I had all the pace, I had like one more warning or 2. I can't remember actually, but after the before. Sorry, the collision between Great Ace and Jake Laser, I think it was, or I don't remember who it was.
I think so.
JT.
Yes.
And I was doing a great pace, and I had the huge gap to the guys behind that. I was gonna win that because I had the 15-second gap that I had. But unfortunately, they were fighting. They went side by side, and I got collected in that. So, bad luck.
Yeah, I honestly wish I could have interviewed Great Ace alongside you, because you two had very, very opposite sort of races. You kept coming through the field and he kept holding at the front. But it was a tremendous battle between all three of you for until the incident occurred, of course. But a phenomenal drive from you, mate. Deserved to be on the podium. Obviously, that's not going to stand, but for the most part, a very, very well driven race from you. And I hope to see you again next season. Do you know what tier you want to be in for next season? Because that's the key question here.
I don't know, man. Look, I have been in controller 2 months ago. I have this pace now. I don't know what's gonna be in the next game, so I think I'm gonna stay in tier 5.
All right. Well, if you are in tier 5, hopefully I'll see you next season, and hopefully you can put on some more scintillating drives like that one, mate.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very
so much. Then see you.
Bye bye. Right. His camera is just this profile picture being such a light colour just blinded me. Alright, chat. This has been a pleasure. We have Tier 4 going on right now. Go tune into their stream. It is still here, still on MRL. This has been the final round of the season. This has been Tier 5 action. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next season for Season 11 or something else entirely. We'll find out. Bye-bye.